Yo guys, Sadaki here. Back from Kawaii 2015. Uh, just wanted to do some highlights, I guess. Make a few vlogs on highlights that I've come across through my time at Kawaii. So the first highlight, I would just play it, and then after I play that clip, then of course there's gonna come an explanation. So let's get it. Everything that you see here, every single person is not gonna be this exact same spot 2 seconds from right now, half a second from right now. Their emotion, what they're thinking, what's going through their head, how they're feeling, etc., etc. Like I said earlier, once again, it's not going to be the same. These are moments in time, opportunities. Because we're all human beings, we're sociable creatures. It's easy to just walk up to somebody and start talking to them. Granted, I can't do that, but, or rather, I'm very uncomfortable and I'm scared and the fear of the unknown, but obviously, I just gave you guys some possible reasons to why maybe you don't do that. Aside from overthinking, being picky, looking at the external and automatically making assumptions based off external looks or what's going on or how they're talking or their body language. All this stuff plays a key factor towards the processes and systems that we use in our heads towards whether or not we're going to go and talk to anybody, whether or not we're going to approach anybody, you know, among other things. And that's crazy business, because that's, once again, moments in time, ever fleeting, you know. Welcome back. Let's talk about it. Moments in time, ever fleeting. So, very simply put, time. Like, you ever looked at a clock? The only time a clock is gonna stop running is when the batteries die out. And even when the clock itself stops running, time is still moving forward, is it not? A clock, an atomic clock, a watch, a sundial, those are all ways just to measure time. The fact that time does not go in reverse and the fact that time always, without stopping, moves forward has been a human way. Okay, we gotta figure out how to measure this. Okay, let's create, you know, the clock, the basic month system, days, weeks, months, 12 months in a year, etc., etc., 365, leap years, 366, every fourth year, you know. So these are all implements, methods that we as human beings, I'm not going to say who in specifics, we have created to measure time, because time doesn't stop for nobody. So case in point being is that if you have your eyes developed to see opportunities, you also have your eyes developed to see loss of opportunities. Break down your life. I feel, in my own personal opinion, my advice is to break down your life. Look at it as what it is. That yesterday cannot be taken back. You cannot just go, you know what, you know what, God, you know, Kami-sama, you know what, I'm just gonna go back in time. Boom, close your eyes and, oh, you're back into yesterday, where you can take back the words you said, and you can take back the actions that you chose to do or not to do, the words you chose to say or not to say, the things you chose to think of or not think of, the way you're feeling that gave you the reason to or not to do something. You cannot go back in time, which is what I'm trying to say and what I've been saying on these vlogs and what you've seen, which is, don't let a lack of comfort stop you. Don't let your predispositions, aka your biases that you have in your mind, aka the way you see the world or the way you think, stop you from doing something. If you want to do something, of course, think enough to know good or bad, think enough to know life or death, think enough to know ought to, ought not to. Of course think that much, because then you don't want to just be recklessly living your life and doing things recklessly, of course. But that aside, understand that time is, like I said, ever fleeting. You know, when it's gone, you cannot take it back. Don't live with regret. And even though, even I'm going to say, oh, I don't regret anything I did, in reality, the more you are aware of opportunity, being able to perceive choice, as I like to say, that I got them from mentor of mine's, because I got several mentors that I read, that I follow, that I watch their, you know, their vlogging and stuff, multi-million-dollar mentors and all that stuff, you know. Case in point being, that you just gotta not waste the time. Don't live with regret, you know. And I hate to say it, but I have a few regrets at Kawaii, but at least I managed to do something different, and by doing something different, I've gained a different perspective, a different vantage point, a different point of view, and by doing that, I'm able to see in a topic or a genre or in a subject from a different vantage point than I would normally. because I would have to get out of my comfort zone, which there's a whole entire quadrant of stuff that from every single area in your life that is uncomfortable for you, therefore you haven't done it. And because you haven't done it, you only can speculate. You're only, when you're on the topic of that, because you've never gone out of your comfort zone to do any of that, you're only speculating. You're only making assumptions or based it off of other people's experiences or times where you were there, but it was a third person perspective. It wasn't really your own. And it's important to be able to discern, or rather I should say tell the difference between those types of times, because you don't want to be passing around information or acting like you know something that you don't when it's not really yours, that you've gained by your own experience. So in short, to wrap everything up, you guys are always busy and I'm always grateful, you know, but time is ever fleeting. Do not regret. You know, just gonna wrap it all up with those main points there, you know. And jeez, McDonald's McCafe coffee. Yeah. But don't regret. Don't, you know, just think, but don't think too much, you know, and live life, gain new experiences, make new friends. And I will catch you guys later on the next vlog. So stay funky, brass monkey, stay tricky, massage, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys on the next vlog shoots. Yoga fire.